3, 2, 1. It's The Peaceful Truth, the podcast where we talk about feminism, women empowerment, feminist topics, and everything in between. Today, Kenzie and I are so excited to have our very first guest, and it's a very important guest. It's Kenzie's sister and one of my best friends in this entire world, Chelsey Roney.
Ow, ow.
Thanks for having me on. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so excited. But Chelsey, this isn't your first time on a podcast.
No, it's my second time.
Now you're a veteran. You don't even have to
Now I
worry
know
about it.
everything.
You know everything. That's awesome.
But let's just say that you are more organized than the other podcast that I was a guest
we don't
on.
want to throw shade at our brother podcast, which has still got nothing, but we love them.
Yep, the podcast is named Still Got Nothing.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's with Chelsey's husband, Aaron, and his friend, Rob, from Texas. And it's a really fun podcast.
It is really fun. It's thought-provoking.
Yes, just like this one? Question mark. Completely different topics, though.
So I thought we would just start off with today's Sunday. We're about to start the work week again. And I thought we would say what we did this weekend. So Kenzie, do you want to go first?
Well, Chelsey has probably a similar one. So Chelsey, what did we do this weekend?
Yeah, we pretty much spent the whole weekend together. So on Friday night, Megan and Kenzie and our good friend, one of our best friends, Allie, and I all went out to, I don't know, in
Belltown?
Seattle.
Was it Belltown?
It was Belltown. We had really good drinks.
We did have really good
food.
drinks.
And we made friends.
Oh, and we made a friend.
We totally
Sheila.
made a friend.
Shouts out to
Hey,
Sheila.
Sheila is following us on everything now. Did you guys see
On
that?
everything?
Yeah.
Really?
Insta, Facebook, and her daughter. I'm also like creepily following her daughter, and I want to like post something and be like, "I met your mom." It was
The
freaking
daughter's
awesome.
probably like, oh gosh.
No, she was awesome. She took our picture, and then she got in a boomerang with us. It was her first boomerang.
Yeah, she was.
It
an
was
awesome
really
lady.
fun.
And she had a really sweet husband who was very kind.
Michael.
Michael.
Oh,
Shout out to Michael, too.
Mike and Sheila.
And then on Saturday, Kenzie and I went to, what did we do? We started out with the farmer's market, which was really fun. Kenzie had a great crepe, and we bought some beautiful flowers. And then we ventured on down to the river, where we just sat and waited, and it was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
And then we
super
grilled.
nice. And then we grilled. And then we
watched TV.
Watching TV.
It was pretty
the
much a
river
good day.
cold?
Yes. But it felt not so shockingly cold that it didn't feel good after a second.
Like, I mean, all water after, like, teaching swimming, all water, no matter what temperature, you kind of get used to at a certain point. So, like, we were just like, well, now we're used to it.
So, I got my hair done. I obviously
Girl, it looks
so
good.
good.
Thanks, guys. I got my hair done on Saturday. I did some yoga. And one of my hairdresser, her name is Kayla, and I love her so much. She was telling me about a time in Oregon. She went to a river, and it's a nudie river.
A nude river.
And you can go
nude
there.
Beaches, but not nude
What?
rivers.
And I kind of want to go.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, why not? You can wear whatever version of clothing you want to, I'm sure.
Oh, I know, but like,
Or do you have
other
to be
people.
totally nude on purpose?
I mean, I would want to be completely nude, but I would want, just because I think it would feel really good and really freeing to be completely naked. But I wouldn't want it to be like any sort of sexual way. Like,
Yeah.
if,
It's just being free. The human body is sexualized because we make it not okay to be naked. So if whoa,
deep.
if everyone's okay
Thought
with being
bombs
naked,
by
then
Chelsey.
no one, it's fine. No one will sexualize it.
That's true.
So I want to go there just to experience it. I think I'd probably go with Des, just to see what it was like and just to be free in the water. She said it was awesome. And she said your vagina is like, oh, the water. It's just like, it's cold.
I bet it is. Wait, so where is this?
Well, the one she went to was in Portland,
Of course.
right?
Wow.
But I think that there is one in
Portland, you crazy.
Seattle.
Are you going to go this year in the summertime?
I really want to go. One of my other
Maybe
yoga
we should all
friends-
go.
Yeah.
Would that
Yeah.
be weird?
No.
No.
Would that be weird to see everyone?
I as long as Aaron and Des don't come. I wouldn't
don't
want.
care.
I wouldn't want to see Aaron naked. I don't.
You can't turn back. You can't go back.
You can't unsee
And
things.
it would be like you seeing your brother naked.
Oh.
Because Aaron's
yeah.
like your brother. Aaron
It
is
would
your
be
straight
weird.
brother.
Yeah.
Just us three need to go.
Yeah, girls. Can't go.
No. You should go with Des.
Yeah, you
want
should
to
go with
I'm
Des.
gonna go multiple times, girl.
Oh, okay. This is a thing. She's a membership, a pass, a day pass.
She's just breaking into it.
She's a season pass.
Yeah, but she's actually season
Yeah,
pass.
she's gone. No, she's gone several times. She's just like, hey guys.
I do really want to go though, and it's funny that you guys went to the river, and then, Kayla was just telling me about it yesterday.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
then you guys, this is a public service announcement. You must see a documentary called City of Ghosts.
Why? What is it?
What is it?
So you guys know that Des works at Amazon, and so he gets to go see Amazon movies in advance.
Yeah.
And so they'll send out an email and they'll be like, who wants to go see City of Ghosts? And then he's like, 2 tickets. And so then me and Des get to see the movie before it comes out.
Cool. So it's an Amazon original.
Originals. Yeah. It is the most intense movie I've ever seen.
Oh.
It's about ISIS taking over the
no.
city of Raqqa in Syria. And these men, and they did have one woman on there who tries to fight back through journalism, and they called it civil journalism.
Wow.
Where it's like they would have to smuggle in phones and smuggle in cameras to record what was going on, and then they would send the information to their friends who are in Germany or other countries that are safe, and then they would then upload it to Twitter, Facebook, wherever. And so it's crazy, and you need to see it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have
Good
to
Good
see
Rex.
that.
Yes. The first half of the movie, I had to close my eyes 90% of the time.
Just because it was scary, or because it was sad, or
Both. It showed what.
But it's good to shock yourself in that way, because we're in a bubble.
Yes.
Being in Washington,
we're definitely in a bubble.
In Snoqualmie, in Seattle.
Yeah, it just shows how brave these souls are, and how the least I can do is to say go watch it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the least I can do. So go see City of Ghosts
when is it out?
So it's in select theaters across the United States. I want to say starting this week.
Oh, it's not on the internet.
It's going to be on the internet. Then it's going to be an Amazon original. So I'm sure it's going to be on Prime, Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So you guys have to see it.
Awesome.
So I thought it would be good to start off with a few questions for Chelsey about the topics that we have already discussed on our previous episodes.
I have loved them. Let's talk about it.
Let's kick it off.
So episode 1, we talked about women empowering women.
Woohoo!
Chelsey, can you tell us about a time that another woman went out of her way to make you feel empowered?
Yes. So I would like to, talk about a woman named Barbara, and she, in all of my Gamify advisors, Karen and Terry and Linda. Am I missing
explain
anyone?
what your affiliation with Gamify and your history with Gamify.
So we were, all 3 of us were in a sorority in college, Gamify Beta, and Megan and I were officers. We were in the chapter leadership, and for every chapter, they're assigned some advisors, and those advisors come visit you, and they talk to you about leadership and what can make your chapter better, and how you can be a better individual. And I just feel that's, college is a really transformative time, or that age range is just a transformative time for everyone. And so not only did the sorority changed me a lot, but I'd like to shout out to Barbara and Karen and Terry and Linda, because they really believed in Megan's leadership, my leadership, and they, they would call once a week, or very often, to chat about what was going on in the chapter, and how I could be a better leader, and how we could change things. And it was really my first experience with someone who well, you know, who really believed that, you know, I could transform things and just say, you know, hey, go for it. You can go do it. Like, people will trust you. So they really built me up.
And you really did, I feel like, change our chapter for the better.
Oh, thanks, girl. You too. But I think it was directly due to them. Like, if they weren't pushing us, if they didn't expect that out of us, if they didn't really want that for us, I mean, you know, we wouldn't have been the people that we are now. Yeah. I think I really wouldn't be.
I just want to add something though. Like, didn't like you, Meg, and the officers that year like gamify? Like, unfortunately, it is kind of like a hierarchy of like rushing in. Like there's a hierarchy of who's good and who's the best. You know, it's natural. But you guys kind of changed the reputation of gamifying. And
yeah, and I think that was a lot in part due to our advisors. I mean, there's a huge trend toward branding, discussions of branding these days. And I think, you know, these sorority women were, you know, kind of the first to expose me to that topic. And I think it's kind of been a buzzword, like building your personal brand right now. I think that's a huge thing. And building the brand, you know, having this really cohesive and beautiful brand for whatever it is that you represent. And I think that wasn't so much a buzzword back then.
No, not really.
And they really encouraged us to build the chapter's brand and make it cohesive across every department of the chapter. And it was like our job as exec to execute on that brand. And thank God, you know, those, you know, also exec, those women on our committee, or what did we call that?
Executive board?
Yeah, I don't know. But they were all of those women were amazing, and we built each other up. And I think, you know, we had some disagreements, but it was all about, you know, building this thing together and making it really cohesive across the board.
That's a great example.
Right.
Thanks, Chelsey.
Thanks, girl.
Episode 2, we address the issue of catcalling. And some women take catcalling as a compliment, while others, such as me and Kenzie, feel like it's uncomfortable and can maybe even make you feel unsafe sometimes. So what is your overall opinion on catcalling?
Yeah, I've got to say that I agree with you too. I've never felt safe when I've been catcalled. I think it's a huge, I don't know, I think it's a problem. I don't think, you know, men understand how it can make a woman feel.
Yeah.
And Chelsey and I go on runs like maybe once a week now, but we were doing it like twice a week. But our last one, we got catcalled, Meg.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah, we did. We were very sad that we didn't. Both of us completely ignored it. And it took us like 30 seconds to even be like, oh my gosh, we just got catcalled. And we just, like, both of us just kept talking. And I think that's terrible. Like, you know, this group of men drove by in a car and were like hollering.
Young men. Young, like probably
high school.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, Kenzie and I both look back, and now we're going to be on the lookout, and we're going to like summon them over.
We're going to
whip out our cell phone.
We're going to whip out our cell phone, and one of us is going to subtly record while we ask them what they're like.
What's your motivator there? Like,
oh, you guys are going to do this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all have got
We're determined.
to.
We were
gonna
so
go
depressed
up to them.
that we didn't think of it.
Or we should have just stopped and followed them where they were going into and went up to them and be like, yes, you catcalled.
Yes. Do you need anything?
You called.
Can I help you?
Here.
What were you thinking there?
Come here, little one.
If I'm ever with you guys and we get catcalled, let's do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we should do it to teenage boys because that could be somehow.
No, that's the perfect time to
illegal.
do it to a
Illegal. Well, maybe
How can that be illegal if they're yelling at me?
just handling it in a mature way, which
Yeah.
I think we will.
Yeah, just like, hey,
What
were you thinking was going to come out of that?
Yeah, what did you want to come out of this, and how do you think it made me feel?
Mm-hmm.
Just like something like that, you know?
Maybe just we should record the audio so we don't disclose.
And guaranteed
That's a good idea. Just
with
do
silence.
the audio.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you just told me about a time that you got catcalled with Kenzie, but was there a time that really sticks out in your head besides that time?
No, I mean, I think they're all very similar incidents.
Right.
Just like men either slowing their cars down or yelling at, and Well, in Texas,
Yeah.
I noticed this more, but I run outside a lot, and so you just get catcalled when you work out outside.
Like the Colorado story, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and it's Megan, I think you mentioned like not being catcalled, but I think you work out inside more.
That's true.
Yeah, so you're in a safe space. But in Texas, I noticed a lot more that like men would drive by and like lick their lips, and I'm like,
Oh gosh.
vomit, what is wrong with you? And so, Kenz, didn't that happen?
I try not to make eye contact with them.
Yeah.
Well, it
I
happens.
avoid it.
And that's
I'm sure it
the
does, I'm
most
not
disgusting.
denying it, yeah.
It's like, really?
Really? Ew,
You're not even yelling.
In episode 3, we talked about women in conspiracy theories. We specifically talked about Princess Diana, Marilyn Monroe, Amelia Earhart, and Britney Spears. Are you as intrigued by conspiracy theories as me and
Oh my
Kenzie
goodness.
are?
Yes, that was such a good episode. I was so enthralled the entire time that I listened to it. But after the episode, one of our good friends, Larissa, hey Larissa,
She does our hair.
yeah, she does our hair.
Props.
And she she said some really interesting facts that I want to bring up. So you guys mentioned that princes die, so that's kind of the one I'm going to be referring to. But we were wondering if the royals had a last name, and apparently it's called what? The House of Windsor. So their last name is Windsor. So
But
thank you,
nobody knows
Larissa.
that.
I know, no one knows, except for Larissa. She's
Oh yes, it's actually the House of Windsor.
she just knows that, but I think she really likes
The royal.
the idea of the royal family. So
Yeah.
Now,
and
does
she
the
knows
last
a lot
name-
of good facts about random things too. So that's
I guess
Larissa's pretty amazing like that.
has the last name ever changed then? Has it always been Windsor?
Definitely. It's definitely like it probably changes with family.
Yeah, but
they're
like
all
it's all
related.
related, you know? Like it's whoever's bloodline,
I know, but bloodlines have changed.
I guess.
Because sometimes if you don't have a boy, like a while back, like it flipped over.
Oh, yeah. We should look into this
Interesting.
and report back.
Yeah, we'll report back again. But then,
The divorce thing.
oh yeah. So Larissa was saying that one of the reasons that the whole Princess Di conspiracy theory is so plausible is the fact that apparently, now we should also go double check this out, but if allegedly if you get divorced in in the royal family, you can't get remarried if that ex-spouse is still alive. So that just made things really creepy after we found that out.
Right, because even in the episode, Kenzie and I were like, well, Charles could have married Camilla because they were divorced, but apparently the royal family is like, nope, the other ex-spouse is still alive.
Or maybe it just doesn't count as much. Like it's like some sort of
Mm.
not recognized sort of thing.
Well, we should go look up the technicalities of it, but I think that was crazy that she brought that up.
Yeah.
Spooky. In episode 4, which you haven't heard yet, Chelsey.
No one has.
I'm
No one's
excited.
heard it yet.
We record in advance if anyone has realized that yet.
Yeah.
So
think
these
all
are aired a few weeks down.
All podcasts do.
The pipeline.
So in episode 4, we talked about stereotypes about women and negative adjectives that are used to describe women.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to list some stereotypes about women, and can you explain if these are true about you
Are
or
we
not?
are we gonna go one by one?
Yeah.
And I'll say yes, no.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
It's a
ready.
game.
I'm ready.
All women are crafty and have adorable handwriting.
I have heard people say that you're a girl, you have better handwriting. That has happened in the workplace a couple of times, although it was a while ago. Yeah, I have heard that.
Do you have good handwriting that's bubbly and cute?
No.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Megan does for sure.
you
Megan
seen
has the
mine, though?
best handwriting. We're gonna make you write an episode teaser, and
I
then
should
post
do
it
that.
as a picture on Insta.
You should
You're
start
really
doing like
good.
calligraphy.
You're really.
I've
good at
always wanted to take calligraphy lessons.
that. Oh my goodness, that is an achievable
You would get
thing.
along
We
with
should.
Grandma Beck. Grandma Beck loves calligraphy.
Mhm.
But no, I have terrible handwriting. That's what I said.
That
It's that bad.
Chelsea's nodding along.
Yeah, Kenzie's handwriting is a little uneven.
I wonder if it's because of my hand trimmer.
No, I'm sure that's part of it. But it's just like not a thing that occurs to you. Like if you compare Meghan and Kenzie's handwriting, they're about as opposite as they can be.
And we're pretty similar people.
I know. The next one is that every woman loves shopping in order to de-stress. Chelsey, do you love to shop?
Ooh, shopping is pretty fun, but for me it's more stressful than not because I'm kind of conservative with my money. And so I like literally, I have a 24-hour rule. If it's more than $100, like I'll just come back for it the next day if I still like it. So you
give yourself 24 hours to think about it.
Yeah. So I'll go to the, like today I'm going to go to Nordstrom for the sale, the yearly sale, and I'm going to pick out everything that I want and not buy anything. And then tomorrow, if I still want everything, I'll go back and buy it.
That is the most intelligent rule I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Thanks. Girl. Mm-hmm. Every woman enjoys eating a healthy salad for lunch.
No woman enjoys eating a healthy salad for lunch. We'll just get chubby if we don't. And that's because we're sitting all day, which kind of goes back to sitting all day sucks.
Yeah. Women don't enjoy and aren't very good at playing video games.
Well,
as your husband who loves video games.
I know. I mean, I don't enjoy them because I think I'm just so anal and I feel like I could be doing something better with my time. Like working, kind of a workaholic, but
she also says that about TV. She'll be like,
yeah, I can't. It's
watching
so
TV
hard.
is a waste of time.
I love it.
It like makes me cringe. I hate it, but no, I don't. You know, there are girls who really like that, and I'm sure it's a great thing to do.
The only reason women dress nicely and wear makeup is to impress their love interests. Is this true for you, Chelsey?
No. Girls dress up to impress other girls. I feel like that's part of it, and I feel like it's kind of just fun. It is.
Kenzie and I were saying it's just fun.
Yeah, like Chelsey was like, the other day we were talking about mascara. Like, I'm fine nowadays to go into public without, but I like prefer it. I just like feel like I'm wearing, like, some people need to wear a watch every day. Some people need to wear like an earring every day. Like me, I need to like, even though I'm fine with it, I just feel like I completed myself with mascara. I don't know why. I could be wearing nothing else, but
just mascara.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. On the nude beach with just some mascara on your eyelashes.
That's all I need.
That's gonna be Ken's for sure.
Women are obsessed with romantic comedies, including The Notebook. Does this apply to you? Not really.
I do like. Well, back to it. I don't like watching movies that much. It's so embarrassing, but
that's not embarrassing.
I do like a good romantic comedy because it's less stressful. I stress myself out enough every day. I don't need to be watching anything that will make me stressed out more.
And then movies that are romantic comedies,
they're just kind of light. Mm-hmm.
All women are amazing cooks and know a million different recipes.
No way. No, I don't think so. I definitely don't. I struggle with that.
I want to bring this one up specifically because I know that it's completely opposite for you.
Oh, no. Okay.
Fruity drinks are the only alcoholic beverages women like.
Oh, yeah, you did bring that up because you know I like beer. Well, actually, it all started when my stomach rejected liquor, and so I had to figure out a different way to drink. And so I turned to beer and wine, mostly beer. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would prefer a fruity drink if my body took it.
Yeah. I get it. Like, we kind of have similar drinking habits. Like, Chelsey and I can't have, like, I don't know, we're just really lightweights. Even if we sober up, right? Mm-hmm. After 2 drinks, you still could feel sick in the next day. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
But I think all those are real. Oh, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I think all those are really good stereotypes to bring up. I think, definitely some of those are, they tend to be stereotypes. So it's good to talk about it.
Me and Kenzie found, because we went through an even longer list on the last episode,
cool.
And some of them were like totally matched Kenzie exactly, and then some of them totally matched me exactly. But it's just kind of like, hey, guess what? They don't apply to everybody. And
yeah, it illustrated that.
Do you feel like the world is like getting better about stereotypes? I do.
Yeah, relatively. I think it depends. I think it depends on the stereotype.
Yep. And I think it depends on what's in the news, what the stereotype is. So right now, what are we scared? I'm just thinking of this because I just saw City of Ghosts. But what are we scared of? We're scared of ISIS. So then the stereotype is, oh, all women who wear a headscarf are terrorists. Yeah. It's like, no, that is completely not true. But the media is driving that because that's what we're
Not all news people are driving that.
Okay, thank you. Not all news people are driving that. Thank you, Kenzie. Thank you for bashing that stereotype.
In certain outlets.
Yes.
Yeah, makes money.
We also talked about negative adjectives last week that are used to describe only women.
Oh, gosh.
And so, have you ever been called bossy?
Oh, yeah. Jesus. Like, pretty much on the daily.
On the daily?
I feel like it. I feel like even if people don't say it, that's what they're thinking.
That could be true. But I think, you know what? You've got your head on straight, and you know where your life wants to go, and that's that, right?
That's that.
You're not bossy. You're a boss woman. You're ready to get stuff done.
Yeah, I'm never meaning to be bossy.
No, you're not bossy.
I just try to give direction.
You're just in control.
Strategic direction.
So, in the last episode, we listed the words that are very common that we know, like bossy, whore, slut.
Yeah.
But there also are words that we didn't even realize, such as high maintenance.
Oh my gosh, yeah, men are never described as high maintenance
ever. And hormonal. It's like, we all have hormones, right?
Yeah, even men.
Yeah, testosterone. Is that a hormone?
Yeah. Next time I hear a cat caller, I'm going to be like, you're so hormonal.
You're so hormonal with all of your testosterone. God.
Gosh, it's so annoying.
And then hysterical. Have you ever been described as hysterical?
Like hysterically crying, hysterically overreacting.
Yeah, I mean.
But have you ever used that word to describe a man?
No, I've no. Mm-mm.
Isn't it kind of weird how, like, we found these lists where it's like, okay, yes, we knew some of them, but then other ones we were just like, what?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Chelsey, for answering those questions. I am now going to turn it over to Kenzie, who is going to talk to you about the art of the side hustle.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, Chelsey. So we're talking side hustles today. But first I want you to kind of describe everything you do from career-wise, what you're transitioning into, and then your different side hustles that you do have. So just tell us about yourself and your career.
Yeah, sure. So after college, I majored in finance at Texas A&M, and between junior and senior year, I had a internship on the Merrill Lynch trade floor. They trade commodities in Houston. And after that, I got a return offer to join Bank of America full-time because it's Bank of America Merrill Lynch, just in case that merger didn't occur to you. And then
wasn't publicized.
Yeah. And so then I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, where they're headquartered, to work for them for a little bit. And I was sending bond payments between banks overnight, like what they I won't even go into it.
You did something with bonds,
but
something in finance.
But banks need liquidity. Big banks like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all the big names have liquidity issues overnight, and so they loan each other money at different interest rates. And so I actually clicked go on some of those payments.
That sounds kind of exciting.
And my biggest mistake was sending a lot of money to the wrong bank once.
Oh!
And I just called the lady who accepted payments over there.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, hey, I was crying. And I was like, I sent you a lot of money that I shouldn't have. And she was like, no problem. I'll send it right back.
Oh, that's
And I was
so
like, thank
awesome
God. I thought I was dying.
Thank God for that lady.
And my boss was so nice.
What if she
too.
was like, nope.
Oh, yeah.
Totally my money now.
Oh my gosh, they could have, I suppose. But my boss was so cool. I went up to him and I was crying, and which you probably should try not to.
That's a whole nother topic onto women in the workplace.
Right. Well, live and learn. And so he was like, don't worry about it. Like, he was pretty empowering to women. He was like, don't worry about it. Just don't even apologize. Just ask for it back. And I was like, yeah.
Nice.
And that's what I did.
Cool.
And so from there, it's a long story, but I came out to live with my now husband in Seattle, and I worked for Boeing in their shared services division as a financial analyst. And shared services just means anything that doesn't fly away in a plane. And that was a lot of fun. I got to do some really neat things. My boss, shout out to Mary, who is amazing. She kind of let us all rotate through the group and do some different roles. So I really got some great exposure there and learned so much. And from there, I needed a change, and my husband, Aaron, was over at Microsoft at the time and had met a recruiter named Kim. So also shout out to Kim. She's another really strong lady out there. And Kim and I connected, and she started telling me about how awesome recruiting is and how much of a difference you can make in people's lives, which is absolutely true. You can really change someone's life through recruiting them into a company, especially one that you believe in so much, like Microsoft. And so I ended up applying to a job and getting it, which was kind of a dream come true as well. And I made the transition over to Microsoft in recruiting. And I've really, really enjoyed my time there. And I really and truly believe in the mission of being a recruiter and bringing great talent into an organization and keeping them around and building this awesome culture. And finding the best and brightest. It's just really fun. But I needed, meanwhile, I was getting my MBA, and I kind of felt like I needed a challenge, and I just technically graduated in June.
Woohoo!
And thank you.
So smart.
I love how that was just like a side note. Oh, by the way, I was getting my MBA as well.
On top of all of this, paint a picture on top of all this getting your MBA. Okay.
So it was really hard. I was fairly stressed during that whole period, but that's fine. That's a story for a different day. And so, so I just applied to a job at Microsoft and recently got it. I'll be a marketing technologist working with Azure and B2B in the B2B space. So I haven't started that yet, but I am really excited for a new adventure, and I believe in the cloud and Microsoft so much. So
okay, so describe your side hustles. What are your different side hustles?
So like I said before, I'm kind of like, my version of fun is starting businesses and growing them. So Kenzie just can't understand it. Like, we were running one day and she was like, why can't you just sit there? And I'm like, well, Netflix for someone might be fun, but for me, it's just not. And for me, thinking about growing something is fun. I don't know why. I can't help it. It's been that way since I was a kid.
It's true.
I mean, I've started businesses
So do you not
as
like
young.
to sleep?
Oh, I do. That has changed in the past couple of years.
I used to
not
now.
like sleeping, and I used to be able to work until just sleeping for 5 hours. But then I started jumping on this train where, there's this whole love, has been this trend, and people who aren't millennials kind of joke about it, but it's really important and true. And so I've started, for 2017, my goal was to sleep for 8 hours per night, and I think I've been meeting that for the most part, and it's really changed my attitude and how happier I feel. So I'm gonna keep on with that. But so I've started a lot of different businesses, but the ones that I'm working on right now are, one is called Select-A-Sis, and that is for sorority recruitment, to streamline the recruitment process. And we work with more than half of the sororities in the country, and it's really fun. The site, has a lot of features and a lot of things that can really and truly make your recruitment better. So it's really neat to work with people and show them the value and bring that into their lives. People can sleep more during recruitment, which is really exciting. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoy meeting all those people. And then there's a couple more things. So
Just a few
I couldn't stop there. So I get made fun of, just teased a little bit about coming up with a lot of ideas.
But it's out of love. Yeah. I hope you know that. We just love you.
They just come out of my head. So
I know.
I can't it just comes out, and I get so excited. And
we tease you because we're like we're like, oh my gosh, she's got another really great idea again.
Well, no, they just
people admire you, I think, so they're just kind of giving you a hard time.
It's kind of embarrassing, but it's just me, and I'm trying to stop being embarrassed about it because I can't help it. Like they just
maybe
come
we
in
should
my
stop
head.
teasing you, but it's out of love.
But I can't help it. Ideas just pop in my head all the time, and then I think about how to monetize it. I can't help it.
Good job.
So, it's torture. It is torture. So,
it's hard to be so smart.
No, I'm not smart. But so then, yeah. So one of the ideas I had, I was getting on a plane to Maui earlier this year, and I had decided to turn off my work email, and I had been really, really stressed finishing up the MBA, and I was kind of getting worried about myself because I had stopped coming up with ideas. Like, they just stopped coming in my head, and I was like, what's wrong with me? This is it's a big weakness, but also a big strength, and I'm like, wow, something is wrong with me.
It's definitely not a weakness.
I need to relax, because I think that was the problem. Like, my brain was too crumbled to like think of a new idea. And so I was 4 hours into relaxing.
4 hours.
That's all she needed for the entire 2017.
And then I thought of this idea. I was reading an article about capsule wardrobes, and capsule wardrobes are just where you have a few pieces that all kind of match and go, like they're the same aesthetic, and you can make a lot of different outfits out of it. And I was getting obsessed with this because there's this whole minimalism train that's kind of happening right now. And I was like, wow, cool. I'm going to be so minimal. I'm going to do a capsule wardrobe. And then I started our flight was delayed, so this is what caused all of this. And it ended up getting canceled, which was sad, but then I got to text people about this idea, so it wasn't that sad. And so I was looking online, and I was like, where can I don't have time to put together my own capsule wardrobe, so I just want to buy one, like all the clothes all at once, and be done with it.
Now, can you explain, I think, just sorry to interrupt, but the capsule wardrobes a little bit more in depth, as into, like, you purchase an amount of clothes for a season, and that's kind of what you wear for a season. What exactly does that mean for someone?
I mean, there are different definitions of it out there. So, so basically, I think it usually works best when you do it by season. So every season or every weather change, you'll have clothes. You'll select a few pieces of clothing that go together, and you just have to be really creative about the number of outfits that you can create. So like a white pair of pants and, 3 different tops, or, it's kind of, I need like photos to really explain it. But really it's a way to minimize your life and get more creative with the clothes that you do have. It's not about the amount that you have. It's about strategically piecing together your wardrobe so that you're not spending a lot of money. You're not spending a lot of time getting dressed. You've minimalized your life. And so you can create all these outfits out of just a few pieces of clothes.
Cool. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I really just want to buy one. I don't really have time to put one together. I'm not stylish enough to put one together, so I just want to buy it. And then I discovered, after trying to find one, that I could not find one. And so I was like, well, I'll just do it.
I'll just make a company myself then.
Perfect. And that's how.
Yeah. And then I texted 4 of my best friends up here in Washington, and I was like, hey guys, can you search the internet for capsule wardrobes and make sure I'm not wrong about this? And then no one could find anything, and so we all decided, I think they were probably tired of hearing me talk about business ideas too, so I was like, guys, let's start this. And we all have a very complementary skill set, so everyone's in charge of different things for the company, but it's been going really well, and we launch on August 1st. So
what's the company's name?
Collectabl, Collectabl.
They have a really cool Insta.
Thanks. Yeah.
Shouts out to Meredith,
Collectabl,
right?
Yes. Collectabl, spelled without the E, .shop.
Awesome.
Go check it out.
When is it going to launch?
August 1st.
Which is in 2 days.
Oh my God. In no time at all. We invested a lot of money and tons of hours into this, and we're really excited about our product, and we do believe in it. And our clothes are right over there. So
can you tell us about I'm struggling to remember what her name is, but she has blonde hair and she's beautiful.
Christina.
Beauty. Can you tell us about what Christina did to go to LA and how she was just like acted like she knew exactly what she was talking about?
So we decide. Okay. Oh my gosh, so fascinating for everyone who's not in the clothing industry or this fashion industry. You know, seasonal clothing is launched like 6 months before it ever. Like you have to order like fall and winter way back in April, I think it was. So you have a whole ton of time that, you know, like a space in between when you actually order and when you sell. And we had no idea. And so we had thought of this idea sometime in March, and we'd been working every single day really hard on it. And we finally got to the point where we're like, okay, we have got our stuff together, we have money, and we need to go buy the clothes. And so all of us, you know, made a huge effort to find these wholesalers on the internet, and we started emailing them, and we started saying things like, I'm going to be in LA on Tuesday, and I have 30 minutes to meet with you. Will you take this time? And every single showroom said yes. And I was like, what? They believed me?
It was kind of just like you acting exactly like you knew what you were talking about.
Yes. And then so we sent Christina down there because she is a stylist, like a professional stylist. And she went down there and acted like she knew what she was talking about and just waltzed into those showrooms and was like, show me your clothes. And we had 1 week only by the time she was down there to the time we had to, you know, order the clothes to decide on our whole product.
Oh my gosh. For the year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For the rest of this year.
Oh my gosh.
And in late August, we'll be ordering for spring.
Wow.
And so we spent hours and hours, probably like 40 hours that week on top of all of our full-time jobs, meeting up and showing each other. Christina, you know, brought back pictures, and we had all these lookbooks, line sheets, and then we just started. It was really hard, you know, like selecting different pieces and making sure that we had a cohesive look, and like it's really tough, like, to make sure that everything goes together, to make sure that the pricing will work out, like, so it's a reasonable price for people buying it, to make sure there are a ton of outfits coming out of it to give people a lot of value.
Yeah. It
was really hard. But anyway, we ended up placing our order, and we just decided, let's
do this.
Like, let's do it.
Kind of like how me and Kenzie were like, okay, let's just
do it.
Which turns out that's the best way to do it. And
conquer. It's about fear, like conquering your fear too. You know, you have to put yourself out there to start anything new.
Yeah, it's really scary.
So
yeah, and I think something that a lot of people ask me, because I've done this a couple times and been fairly public about it, is that, you know, well, how can you, you know, how do you know this will work? And I'm like, I never know it will work. You literally just have to put a product out there as fast as you can and see if it fails or succeeds.
Right.
And if it fails, you just stop. Like, there, you know, you don't have to keep going, or you pivot, you know, or you say, you know, this isn't working.
Whenever she said pivot, did it remind you of that Friends episode?
Pivot.
When Ross was trying to get the couch down the stairs.
It's like ideas.
That's amazing.
What? Oh, I had a thought. I hate it. That happens to me all the time. I had like a question for you. Okay, so wait. So it comes out August 1st. So like, girls can go check it out now. It's for female clothing right now, or men who just like female clothing, I guess, whatever you prefer. But it comes out, I guess, in August.
Yeah. So 1st. August 1st,
Can you order it?
August 1st, you're going to be able to order it, and all of the photos of our actual clothes will be online on that day.
Cool.
And we have a very limited amount, so jump on it. We are actually we've gotten some pretty good interest, so we're starting pre-sales this week, and you can put down a deposit to reserve your capsule before you've seen anything, and it's 100% refundable if you don't like what you see, but it will just reserve you
Great.
A box.
So go online on August 1st. So kind of, and I'm going to ask you about general side hustles for the rest of this. I'm just asking about this business, I guess, to kind of give you some promos, I guess. So, so how many outfits do people get?
Yeah, so out of the fall capsule, because again, we're doing
and we're
this
not sponsored by Collectabl.
Not yet.
No, we're not yet sponsored by Collectabl.
I would love to sponsor you.
I'm just trying to be
if we had any money.
If I'm like a women empowering my sister right now, so I'm asking her.
No, it's I think it's it's an idea that won't work for everyone, but for the people that want this, it will be great for them.
So how many outfits? What are the combinations?
So they are going to get approximately 27 outfits from the fall capsule of like 7 pieces. Yeah, and so
monthly worth of stuff, and then you could just
a whole month. Yeah, and then you wear it for 3 months, and then you're into winter already.
That's
and
really
so, so 2 things though that I'd like to say there. One of which is that we're also selling what we call a basic capsule, and that capsule has things in it like a white tee, a little black dress, a jean jacket, like things that every girl should have. You should have these things in your closet in order to make it more functional, right? Like if you have this in your closet, it's going to go 50 more ways into your future, and it's going to make what you're spending more worth it. Like if you have these things to put with it. So we expect you to have all the items in the basic, box to function for the fall as well. But most people already have these things, but we offer it if you don't happen to have them.
That's cool.
So we expect you to have those going into fall. And then the neat thing about it, or the thing that we think is neat, is that we'll see if anyone else does, is moving into winter. We've already chosen our winter pieces as well and ordered them.
Cool.
But the really neat thing is that we've made it work with all the fall pieces as well. So,
cool.
So if you buy the winter pieces, they're going to aesthetically go with the fall ones.
And then add that much more.
And add that much more to your wardrobe. And so we're calling that like a buildable capsule wardrobe. So like over the course of a year, you're going to get hundreds of outfits from us if you purchase like all 4 seasons. And then the last kind of value add is that we send you a lookbook with every single outfit combination. So you don't have to think about getting dressed in the morning. You don't have to put on 3 outfits and be like, do I match? Is this cool? Like, what's happening here? That happens to me every day. So now you can just put on these outfits from the lookbook and know that they go and know that it works together. And then if you order the winter box, and you've ordered the fall box already, we're going to send you like a lookbook that includes all the, like all the different looks that you could create from both. So it's like we're trying to give you your money's worth. I mean, we really want people to, feel empowered because they're confident in what they're wearing. And we want you to take all the thought, the energy, the time, the money out of that into that guesswork and just go straight into just getting dressed real quick and going out to accomplish, whatever it is that you need to accomplish that day.
Awesome. So that's Collectabl in a quick summary. But what is a side hustle? How do you define what a side hustle is?
So
the queen of side hustle.
Yeah, I know. So I think side hustle, I'm trying to actually... I guess this is my debut of saying this. I'm going to start avoiding the word hustle, because I think that it gives people the wrong feeling about how their life should feel. Like, again, back to the whole rest and self-care thing. I think, hustle implies the wrong, like you shouldn't feel stressed all the time. And I think that's what it implies. But anyways, so like a side business or, something that you're doing to gain income on the side is kind of how I define that.
Okay.
Yeah, is that, so, starting something to gain income.
Yeah, just
aside
for women
from your
who are
full-time work.
interested in businesses. And
it doesn't have to be big. It can just be something that brings you a little extra money. And
like being a driver.
Yeah, for Uber or something. It could be like, creating handcrafted lettering. It could be something like that.
For you, Chelsey, I think that your side businesses, you're also really passionate about them. So it's more than just making money. You're also passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you should never start a side hustle unless you're going to be passionate about it. That's kind of a, waste of your time. Like, you're already putting effort into your full-time work, and the last thing you need is something to drain your emotions. And so it should be something that makes you excited and happy to share with the world instead of, it should bring you money too, in my opinion. But yeah.
Perfect.
Now, do you have any tips on starting a new business for women who have an idea and want to start it?
Yeah, I think you should just go for it. So that's always my biggest tip to everyone. You should start small and just see if it is going to take off or not, and go from there. So, for instance, I would love to talk about something that I failed on just briefly.
Go for it.
So, my good gal pal Kim and I actually we created like this photo backdrop for her wedding, and it was super beautiful, and we called it Wallflower because it was like a wall of fake flowers, and it turned out so good in pictures. And we decided to start renting it out, and we learned, we just decided we're going to put it out on Facebook, see what happens, start an Instagram, and we posted like 30 times, and we're fairly public about it on our own Facebooks, but it literally never once got rented.
I thought it did one time.
Well, kind of once, but we had to do it for free for publicity. Yeah, because she was like this girl was a wedding planner, and she was like, I'll throw it up on my Insta. And she's very popular. Yeah. And so we were like, well, yeah. So, but we learned really fast that there was no traction there, and we just threw it out there. And yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to fail a little bit, but you live and you learn, and when people ask you about it, you can just say, yeah, I learned a lot from it, but it didn't really work out.
That's really weird. I'm actually really surprised that didn't work out, because that sounds like, were the flowers a neutral color?
No, bright pink.
Oh, maybe that's part of the reason.
That's definitely part of it. But you live and learn. And the fact that it never even got rented out once, we were going to do all these different colors and things like that, but
because it takes a while to make those.
Oh, yeah, it took hours and hours and hours. Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, you just got to try it and put yourself out there. And if you get a few bites, then go for it.
Right.
And if you don't, then time to wipe your hands of it.
Maybe it's like part knowing when to stop, too.
Oh, yeah, you need to know when to stop. I think if you get a few bites, that's a good sign to keep going and keep pushing on it a little. But if you literally get like one bite or no bites, then it's time to call it good.
Now, real quickly, and I mean, Meghan and I are trying to balance this. We joke about it with each other, but you have started a lot of your adventures with your husband and your friends and all that stuff. But how do you maintain the friendship and or the relationship, whatever that might be, first over it? Like, do you have advice? Like, Meghan and I started this podcast as friends, but like we find ourselves talking about it a lot, but I want to maintain our friendship separately, Yeah. So like, how do you do that?
Well, I think that's okay. Like, I think it's okay to talk about something both of you are really passionate about, and there's nothing wrong, and you shouldn't stop yourself from it. Like, you both want to talk about it, you're both excited about it, like, why the hell not chat on it? But there is something to be said for, like, you have to maintain that friendship too. And I think my longest standing example of that, aside from my husband, because that probably doesn't count, is my friend Julie. Mm-hmm. And she does Select-A-Sis with us. And there are periods of time, and I think Julie would say this too, where we go like a month and just talk about business. Like, we're both really busy, and it's just hard to connect personally. But I think both of us have been really good about, calling, and we'll literally say, hey, we're like, I'm asking you, like, I'm calling to talk about you. Like, and then if I'm calling to talk about business, I'll straight say it. I'll be like, hey, look, I need to talk to you about Select-A-Sis right now. And if I don't, then I'll just be like, hey, I need to talk to you about this. But you have to make a point of it.
Right. So how do you make time, and how do you maintain it?
Ooh boy, here's one of my rants. I'm a big believer. A lot of people say, how do you have time for that? That makes no sense. You're pulling time out of your ass. And I'm like, no, I think you make time for anything that you want to make time for. And people who say, I don't have time to work out, I'm like, no, you don't want to work out. Like, people who Megan's laughing, but like,
harsh.
It's true though. Like, if people say, I don't have time to start a business, you don't want to start that business. That's not your priority. Like, or if I don't have time to hang out with a friend, no, I'm making a conscious choice not to hang out with you. It's actually pretty insulting when you look at it that way, but I think that's the truth. Like, you have to prioritize, and I set goals every week. Like, I set one goal in every area of my life every week. So like, one major goal for work, one major goal for working out, one major goal for Select-A-Sis, one major goal for Collectabl, and I just work on those, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. I think that is true too, because I know that before Kenzie and I started the podcast, I would have said, oh, I don't have time to make a podcast. I'm trying to do this yoga thing. I'm trying to expand my career. I'm trying to be a good dog mom to Cooper, blah, blah, blah.
All of which you do so beautifully.
But then now that it's no, this is a priority. This is what I want. This brings me happiness. So I do make it a priority.
And you pulled time out of nowhere.
I did kind of. I don't know where it came from, but I did.
And you do it all so well, though.
You do it so well, and I'm so happy that
Meghan is one of my inspirations for choosing things learning how to choose things that make you happy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Very true. So I already asked you how do you know if it will be successful? So you already answered that. So what should you consider before starting a side hustle?
How to monetize it. That is the biggest thing. I don't think people understand. You should be getting paid for a skill that you give to the community. And so I think you have to understand before you start anything, you have to have a plan on how you're going to make money out of it.
Some research.
So, yeah, thinking about, if you're really good, I don't know. I think you just need to figure out a way to monetize things. And if you cannot figure that out, then there's, if your goal is to make money, to me, there's no point in doing it. You have to have that plan in place. And it also, in my opinion, you should also figure out in advance how to, or at least think through how one day you're going to make it scale. So, if you can't so what I mean by that is, for Collectabl, for instance, right now we're starting out with a very few number of offerings and very few number of things to sell, a limited quantity. But in the future, we've already thought of a plan of how we're going to sell more and how we're going to be able to accommodate those extra sales. What is our plan of action to make that happen? How are we going to get the funding? How are we going to time-wise handle that? All of that we've already thought about before we even went forward. And I think those are the two things that you have to determine prior to starting something.
Okay, good advice. So is there anything unexpected that you learned? Anything that you didn't expect to know, or any tidbit of knowledge that you could just put out there that you know, anything like that? I know that's kind of a random question, but anything unexpected that you learned?
Gosh,
that might not be apparent before.
Yeah. So one thing that we learned with Select-A-Sis that I didn't expect is that at first people, when we came out and made our product, people were so thankful, and they would call us all the time and email us and text me and all this stuff. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you so much for making this awesome product. It saves all this time. It's super wonderful. But as time goes on and people get used to using your product, they're probably still thankful, but they expect more out of you. So, if there's any flaw in Select-A-Sis at all, we get calls, dozens of calls immediately, or emails immediately. Our inbox will just blow up. If the site goes down for 25 seconds, it's just hell. And so, I think people expect more and more of you as you progress. And I think that will be, if Collectabl succeeds, the same thing there. We're offering one collection right now, but in the future, people will expect more collections, or people will expect, more for less, or whatever it is.
Cool. Let's see. My final question is, what are your goals for your businesses?
So I think that's the whole thing about a side business or doing something after full-time work. That pressure of it is off a little bit. You still have an income, you still have benefits from your full-time job, health insurance and things like that. So it's, it takes all that extra stress off. But in terms of goals, obviously for Select-A-Sis, it's a limited market. So I would just like to stay in business. And then for Collectabl, I think the ultimate goal is to, get selling thousands of these collections and making it something that helps a lot of women get dressed and feel more confident about how they take on their day. That's ultimately our goal. you know, we want to give people looks where they're like walk out of the outfit or the house and they're like, yeah, like I look damn good today. And then that confidence kind of goes throughout your daily life. So, I mean, I think, of course, I would like to sell a lot, but that's really our goal, is to make women feel great.
Cool. All right, Meg. So do you have, what's your good thing for this week? Can we wrap up our podcast, and Chelsey, you can participate as well. What's your good thing for this week?
So my good thing for this week is one of my best friends, Charlotte Ewald.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in Texas, and we just keep in touch really well.
Hey,
and
Charlotte.
We just always lift each other up. And this week she texted me that when she listens to our podcast, it makes her feel like she's having a conversation with me. And so that was just a really sweet text that she shared. And she just takes care of me so much. We're going to Costa Rica in November for a yoga retreat, and she just like locks everything down for me, and I just have to like give her my credit card, and that's it. So thank you for always taking care of me and for being my mom.
That's so
Charlotte's an amazing gal.
Shouts out to Charlotte. I'm trying to think. Oh, I had mine. What's your good one?
I just had a really good day yesterday. I love laying out, and any day I can do that just really makes my day and my week better.
Maybe make your week better.
Yeah, I think so.
My positive, I think, was just, I don't know, just like friendships and you guys being around, and like I've been really appreciating time with my sister now that I'm out here, but which was kind of one of the major goals of moving out here, was hanging out with Chelsey, you know, because we're so tight. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to end with a quote from Sheryl Sandberg, because I know
you
love
so good.
Lean In.
She's so
Who doesn't
great.
love Cheryl?
So she says, "When we need women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation, to make sure women's voices are heard and heeded, not overlooked and ignored."
Wow.
Awesome. Well,
She's
guys,
great.
She is great. Go read the book, which Chelsey recommended to me. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is go like and subscribe and rate us. So we're on all platforms of Instagram, Google Plus, even Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
Please go like us on Twitter. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm not talking to anybody. Whenever I tweet, it's like, oh, you have 5 followers. It's like, no, please go tweet us.
I think we have 11 now.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, it's a nice increase. But yeah, so go follow us and subscribe to the podcast. Yay! Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye. See you
Bye.
next week.